In this bulletin, Nandi residents adhering to COVID measures. Fijians urged to download Care Fiji app. And no decision yet on Term 2 holiday.
From the studios of FBC Suva, Atera Lendua.
Residents living in Nandi have been seen wearing masks and gloves while out in public. Following the announcement that essential services will be opened within the containment area, Fijians have been proactive. Restaurants that are open are only allowing takeaways. Banks have also put in strict measures, allowing only a handful of people to enter while the rest are lined up 2 meters apart outside. The same thing can be seen at supermarkets with staff wearing masks and gloves. Shoppers have also been reminded to stand 2 meters away from each other while checking out their items. A few people were seen stocking up on food and essential items. Hand sanitizers have been made available by many businesses in Nandi. We now join Felipe live from Nandi. How are people reacting following the announcement yesterday, Felipe?
Atava, as you've mentioned rightly, these lockdowns are nothing new for people here in Nandi and Lautoka, as we've been through this before. As you've seen, people are carrying with them masks and also wearing hand gloves while they're out and about in public. What I've also noticed is that a number of these people are also carrying hand sanitizers with them, and whatever they do, especially when they open doors or go into taxis or come out of buses, they're using these hand sanitizers, and it's all for protective measures. A number of fever clinics have also opened in Nandi and Lautoka. For Nandi at the moment, there's 2, and there's a number of people that have gone just to check themselves in to ensure that they don't have any symptoms or they don't have the virus. A number of them have also made sure that they've called the numbers that have been made available in order to ensure they don't have any virus with them. Also we are seeing in Matintar and Namaka, people are being proactive. They are using gloves and they're using masks, especially when they're moving around, and especially they're taking themselves with them the hand sanitizers to ensure that they are safe inside the containment area.
Thank you, Felipe. The Care Fiji app will now become more useful than ever, as it will assist the Ministry of Health identify possible community transmission of COVID-19. Permanent Secretary Dr. James Fong says the mobile application was designed to trace local COVID-19 transmission. Dr. Fong adds it is important for all Fijians with a smartphone to download and activate the app now, as it will assist in containing further transmission of the virus.
Basically, now that we found the case in the community, now we're going to see how useful the app is. The app is not very useful when you talk about border quarantine, because we already know where everybody is.
The Ministry of Education is yet to make any decision on the duration of the second term school holiday. This, as the first term school holiday has been extended for another week. Following the latest cases of COVID-19, the Ministry of Education brought the term 1 holiday a week early. Questions are being raised as to whether there'll be reduced second term holidays. Education Ministry Permanent Secretary Angela Jokan says for now their priority is keeping students safe. Jokan says they are assessing the situation and any decision will be made in due course. Sunshine Clothing in Nosori is struggling to make sales and meet its monthly target. Managing Director Siteri Wuso says they are getting less customers nowadays, and most of them usually ask for discounts upon purchase. She says they are also struggling to stay open.
They do ask for discounts. Sometimes they fought with us with discount, but some our daily customers, like we give them discounts. Yeah, we have to give. If you don't give, then we'll lose customers.
Up ahead, new date for FRU AGM and Maritime Zone schools to be assisted. The The Fiji Rugby Union annual general meeting has been deferred in light of the COVID-19 restrictions. The meeting was scheduled to be held this weekend at Novotel Hotel in Lani. Chief Executive John O'Connor says the union will discuss proposed dates once the Ministry of Health gives the green light.
A new date will be announced once the all clear is given by government. Likewise, we've advised all the unions.
The intensity of Sevens rugby is one of the reasons some players' journey and the sport are cut short. Fiji Sevens maestro Jerry Tuwai says a number of factors can cause players to break away from the sport. He says overseas contract is one of the reasons players opt for green opportunities to provide for their families. The HSBC Sevens Player of the Decade says most of the time it's the intensity and pressure of training that pushes players out of the sport.
But for those who just come and drop out, it's all about, as I said, it's all about focus and discipline. And as I said, hard work, because sevens just take away a lot of your time and your strength because of the training. You can easily come and play, but the training, most of the boys drop out in training. So that's why they give up along the way.
The Fiji Secondary School Athletics Association has a plan in place for schools that featured in the Maritime Zone yesterday. Schools like Andimaopa Secondary School, Vivia High School, Rotuma High School and Ratufinau Secondary School will now have to arrange for their travel back home. This follows the cancellation of the Coca-Cola Games, which was scheduled to start on Thursday. However, the school's athletics body is ready to step in.
But since the decision has been made by the Honourable Prime Minister, we will have to help them get back to their schools and pay for their fare or whatever amount we will need to give them to assist them to return to their bases.
There's outrage across football after an announcement of a breakaway. European Super League condemned as greedy and embarrassing by some of the game's greats. Generally cloudy periods with some scattered showers experienced in the two major centres. There's a chance of more showers and thunderstorms later in the afternoon. That's FBC News Now. Join us for the 1-hour major bulletin at 7 p.m. For the latest in news and sports, be sure to download the FBC app to access that and also listen to any of our 6 radio stations live. Take care. Good afternoon.